Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of CNM. I'm Mike, and joined alongside me is sitting Chris, and today we're going to talk about the stupidest, the worst, and some of the best movies we've ever seen.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah,
we get together.
It's hot button issue, issue of the day, and that's what we do here. What comes to mind? Movies, good, bad, and the ugly.
Hey, there's always a little bit of each. We going current out right now. You
Well,
go back in time.
I've assembled a list of some. I just a list of like the 20 half a dozen movies, dozen and a half movies that came to my mind when I sat down to think of them. 1 hour photo I would recommend. Robin Williams it shows his dramatic thriller, suspenseful side. The Royal Tenenbaums was interesting filmmaking, starring Ben Stiller. What's his name?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And Sucker Punch, which we both saw.
I enjoyed that quite a bit. I like I like how it was filmed. It's kind of a darker side.
The cinematography of that one. Drillbit Taylor, not so much though. Not very funny at all.
Didn't even waste my time.
I did. Good for you. Yeah, good.
Time is the one thing you'll never get back in life. I don't want to waste it on some crap movie like that. It was crap. Napoleon Dynamite. Everybody thought it was so good, and I was so pissed off that I sat there and watched that.
Yeah, I saw it for free.
No, you did not. You wasted time to see it.
Time is money. Yeah. So the new guy did not like as much. It had really, I think, a 35-year-old playing an 18-year-old. I think it's the main thing. The new guy. Super 8. Now, while there was not a lot of new stuff under the sun, Super 8 was the one movie that wasn't a sequel, was not a remake, or based on a book, or a combination of those three.
So which is everything else in Hollywood now, right?
Yeah. I could just think of the examples. I can think of. You've got Robocop is coming out. Total Recall and Judge Dredd came out too soon. I mean, I'm only 27, and I was old enough to remember the originals. And I don't think that's right. They can
They're terrible as well.
Some other examples: Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Born Legacy, which was based on the movies that were based on the book. I did not see Total Recall, Judge Dredd yet. So
I have not, but I've not heard any good things at all. So be cautious. I will say Star Trek though. Big fan. You like the new ones?
Yes. I like what they've done with the franchise. I mean, they've introduced a new generation to it. Not that they couldn't have been introduced to it any other way, but I like what they did. That they maintain that this universe can coexist with the original Star Trek and the Next Generation and all the other franchises.
Very well done.
Speaking
of which, J.J. Abrams doing Star Wars. You ready for a 60-year-old Mark Hamill from Luke Skywalker?
Some people don't like what J.J. Abrams did with the Klingons. Some people don't like what he did with Khan. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. But I mean, they say Ricardo Montalban was the only person who could have pulled it off. They try to find some plot holes.
Didn't they once say that about Jack Nicholson and the Joker? And I believe he was trumped quite handsomely.
Oh, well, yeah. I didn't actually see the first two. I saw the last one. I took that on board, but I didn't see Batman Begins or Dark Knight.
It's good stuff.
I'm waiting for the good. I think I'll just wait until the trilogy comes out because they're not going to make any more of them. So I'll just buy the trilogy box set.
I've already got it.
Oh, I had good. I will caution against the following next set of movies: The Devil Inside. I didn't.
I watched like the first 30 minutes and I stopped.
I can't get that hour of my life back, which I didn't watch much more than an hour. But the Blair Witch.
You made it longer than I did.
I did not watch the Blair Witch. I don't even think I saw how that ended, though. That was disappointing. I wasted all that time, and then I didn't get to see how it ended, at least, The Devil Inside. But The Blair Witch, I have not seen that one. But I've heard that a lot of these other movies that came out all the way after that, like Paranormal Activity, which I have not seen. I mean, perhaps these are the worst movies I have ever seen. But I mean, Cloverfield, though, was good. That was J.J. Abrams. And The Ruins, though, we didn't make it past the first 20 minutes. We walked out of the theater on that one. We don't mind if we paid money, but we're not going to waste our lives on that one. The Ruins, yeah. You probably haven't heard of it?
You get money back. You won't get time back.
I think, yeah. The Girl Next Door, okay, now these these four movies, The Girl Next Door, 2012, Chronicle, and Stealth, okay, some of the stupidest movies I've ever seen on the screen. The Girl Next Door, Alicia Cuthbert, and some other kid. Basically about
I never even took the time to watch it.
High school, yeah, it's just a teen movie and full of angst, and it's about an unrealistic story where a high schooler lives next door to an ex-porn star, and
that'd be the life as a teenager, though, right?
Stupidest, one of the stupidest movies ever. I mean, their catchphrase was "just go with it," and I don't even know what that means. So then, 2012, one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. I mean, that just shouldn't have. I didn't see it in high definition. I saw it on DVD, and it was low definition. Maybe it would have been more exciting in high definition, but still, the premise, like, there is a website called How It Should Have Ended .com, and basically, how does, you know, what's his name, John Cusack? Oh yeah, Cusack. And then his ex-wife's husband just dies, and they act like it didn't even happen 5 minutes later. Okay, so he's gone, he's dead. Okay, but. Yeah, very silly, just unlikely. I mean, yeah, the end of the world is unlikely too, but come on, at least make it realistic. Chronicle.
All those movies are over now that we're past 2012, so...
Yeah, who knows, according to the Gregorian calendar, there's an Iranian calendar, there's a lunar calendar. I mean, we don't know, but I'd say we're pretty safe, we're in the clear. I mean, you know, which brings us to, you know, Schwarzenegger, he was in some of the most timeless movies, seemingly timeless. He was in Terminator, which could still happen. I mean, could it? Predator? That could happen anytime. There's nothing that dates Predator as far as, you know, and maybe the helicopters they used, but otherwise, Eraser. I mean, I could watch that movie today and not know it was from the 90s if it was in high definition. True Lies, they're not very dated. I mean, they were ahead, and that means that they were ahead for their time, and they're timeless because they're not going to go out of style. So, but the last movie, Chronicle and Stealth, I did not waste my time, and I did not waste money on them either. Chronicle, I just said I'm not going to waste my life watching the rest of this movie. I mean, I didn't even watch half of it. And it's one of those found footage style ones, like Apollo 18. But Apollo 18 was good too. I saw Apollo 18, it at least kept me hooked. I don't know why I bothered waiting for it on Blu-ray, because it's filmed in crappy, you know, to make it look like it was 60s quality, so why did I waste my money? I didn't waste money on Blu-ray, but it's like, well, there's no point in getting it on Blu-ray. But it kept me hooked to the end.
Crap. Bringing up a turd.
Stealth, I didn't watch the first 5 minutes because it was 5 movies worth of suck acting in the first 5 minutes of Stealth, and I couldn't stomach to watch that. I mean, I have more respect for myself and my eyes and my ears. Deep Rising, pretty violent, pretty gory. Music was done by Jerry Goldsmith, though. The late Jerry Goldsmith. He did the music for many of the Star Trek movies. Quantum of Solace. Now, I just don't know what was going on in that. Like, the oil place was blowing up. What was going on with that?
You had to actually sit there and truly pay attention to the entire movie. I sat through it. It wasn't bad in the end. You know, a lot of people thought it was one of the best bombs ever.
Really? I liked Casino Royale,
but Casino Royale was awesome.
I mean, just because I got that. I mean, it's like a poker game, or it's a card game, like that's determining the fate of the world, and that's pretty cool that they did it well. But yeah, so we got Volcano, some Dante Speaks, again, some Deep Impact, some natural disaster movies.
Same premises in all of those, right?
Now, I like Deep Impact the most, but if I watched them again, Dante Speak and Volcano would both be pretty cheesy, I suppose. But Armageddon, I didn't like that as much. Probably like that the least.
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't want to miss you, man. I miss you, man. And I don't want to. Okay, I mean, there was the one thing that made me really angry was this English guy who has this British accent, and they think that because he has a British accent, he is smart. So he says, let's put a firecracker on your hand, and it shows up. Put it on your hand. Put that firecracker in your hand, and close your hand, blow up your hand. So that's how he tries to relate us. We're going to blow up this asteroid, which we wouldn't do. It would just create a bunch more smaller pieces that would hit us and hit us. You know, that's not the way we're going to do it anyways. And also, you know, we're probably just going to push it out of the way, you know, or just. I mean, we would not blow it up. I mean, that's just one thing.
Far-fetched idea.
Now, if we detonated a nuke next to it to change its course, that's also possible. But Twister and Tornado. There was a made-for-TV movie called Tornado, which really was a rip-off of Twister. But Twister was not bad. But it was sort of dark. No, 24 is a TV series, but I will say that I have not wasted any of my life watching that because I just Kiefer Sutherland while he was good in Dark City, he was the exact same character in 24. He just doesn't change his voice. He just says the same thing. It's almost the same way. Where is she? Yeah, you're going to do that. Yeah, the acting was so horrible. I can't believe he made $40 million on that a year on that thing. The Relic, good horror movie. Enemy of the State, good movie, good conspiracy movie, good psychological thriller. Wing Commander, not so good. It had that guy from Scream, the first one. Mimic 2. Now this is not counting. The worst movies I've ever seen do not include the B movies. Trevor's was a B movie in its day, but it was like an indie film, and it had Michael Gross and Reba McEntire and Kevin Bacon for crying out loud. I mean, it had some A-list stars in it. The Arrival 2, Mimic 2, like those B movie sequels that I saw on VHS that were crappiest definition you can get. I call them CD, crappy definition. Standard definition, high definition. Okay, so Saw 4 or any of the Saw movies, I didn't really, invest time. Just awful.
It was okay. It was okay.
Horrible. Should have been called 20 Ways to Die. So is Final Destination. Who likes and enjoys going to a movie to see that kind of crap? Okay, Robocop is coming out next year, I think, summer next year, and the main character, Alex Murphy. I'd probably name my son or daughter if we ever have one. That is my wife. To be someday, maybe. Just because then they have the same name as Robocop, because Robocop's last name is Murphy. So, I mean, it's coming out here. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's been long enough since the first Robocop to do a remake. There was a series as well, a TV series, but you know what? It's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, it's either a remake these days, a sequel, it's based on a book, or a combination of 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
So,
it sells.
I mean,
it sells. That's all.
Yeah, they know what sells. They know their moneymaker. They know where to put their money. Yep.
And even the ones that aren't, that could fall into that category. Most of them now are being done right. Everybody's skeptical on Star Trek.
Actually, that's a measure.
Turned out real well.
That's a measure of how good the original was. Is it worth making a remake out of? That's how they judge the quality of the original.
I prefer the modern day Batman much more than Batman we had when we were kids.
I mean, you wouldn't make a remake of Volcano. You're never going to have a remake of Volcano. You're going to have other natural disasters. You're never going to remake Deep Impact because it's not that good of a movie. I mean, it doesn't warrant remaking it.
We had all those other world movies.
That is true.
12,
but they remade.
Day After Tomorrow.
They remade War of the Worlds, and they remade The Day the Earth Stood Still too. So
yeah.
All right, well.
I appreciate you watching.
Good chat.